one of the interesting ideas you had is to move the heavy industry away from Earth. So people sometimes have this idea that somehow space exploration is in conflict with the celebration of the planet Earth, that we should focus on preserving Earth. And basically, your idea is that space travel and space exploration is a way to preserve Earth.
Exactly. This planet, we've sent robotic probes to all the planets. We know that this is the good one.
Yeah. Not to play favorites or anything,
but Earth really is the good planet. It's it's amazing, the ecosystem we have here, all of the life and the lush, the plant life, and the water resources, everything. This planet is really extraordinary, and of course we evolved on this planet, so of course it's perfect for us. But it's also perfect for all the advanced life forms on this planet, all the animals and so on. And so this is a gem. We do need to take care of it. And as we enter the Anthropocene, as we humans have gotten so sophisticated and large and impactful, as we stride across this planet, it's that is going to, as we continue, we want to use a lot of energy. We want to use a lot of energy per capita. We've gotten amazing things. We don't want to go backwards. If you think about the good old days, they're mostly an illusion. Like in almost every way, life is better for almost everyone today than it was, say, 50 years ago or 100 years ago. We live better lives by and large than our grandparents did and then their grandparents did, and so on. And you can see that in global illiteracy rates, global poverty rates, global infant mortality rates. Like almost any metric you choose, we're better off than we used to be. And we get, antibiotics and all kinds of life-saving medical care and so on and so on. And there's one thing that is moving backwards, and it's the natural world. Mm-hmm. So it is a fact that 500 years ago, pre-industrial age, the natural world was pristine. It was incredible. And we have traded some of that pristine beauty for all of these other gifts that we have as an advanced society. And we can have both. But to do that, we have to go to space. And all of this, really, the most fundamental measure is energy usage per capita. And when you look at, you do want to continue to use more and more energy. It is going to make your life better in so many ways, but that's not compatible ultimately with living on a finite planet. And so we have to go out into the solar system. And really, you could argue about when you have to do that, but you can't credibly argue about whether you have to do that.
Eventually, we have to do that.
Exactly.
So you don't often talk about it, but let me ask you on that topic about the Blue Ring and the Orbital Reef space infrastructure projects. What's your vision for these?
So Blue Ring is a very interesting spacecraft that is designed to take up to 3,000 kilograms of payload up to geosynchronous orbit or in lunar vicinity. It has two different kinds of propulsion. It has chemical propulsion and it has electric propulsion. And so you can use Blue Ring in a couple of different ways. You can slowly move, let's say, up to geosynchronous orbit using electric propulsion. That might take, 100 days or 150 days, depending on how much mass you're carrying. And reserve your chemical propulsion so that you can change orbits quickly in geosynchronous orbit. Or you can use the chemical propulsion first to quickly get up to geosynchronous and then use your electrical propulsion to slowly change your geosynchronous orbit. Blue Ring has a couple of interesting features. It provides a lot of services to these payloads. So the payload, it can either be one large payload or it can be a number of small payloads. And it provides thermal management, it provides electric power, it provides compute, provides communications. And so when you design a payload for Blue Ring, you don't have to figure out all of those things on your own. So kind of radiation tolerant compute is a complicated thing to do. And so we have an unusually large amount of radiation tolerant compute on board Blue Ring, and your payload can just use that when it needs to. So it's a It's sort of all these services. It's it's like a set of APIs. It's a little bit like Amazon Web Services, but for
For space.
for space payloads that need to move about in Earth vicinity or lunar vicinity.
AWSS. Okay, so compute in space. So you get a giant chemical rocket to get a payload out to orbit, and then you have these admins that show up, this blue ring thing that manages various things like compute,
Exactly, and it can also provide transportation and move you around to different orbits.
including humans. You think? Or
No, but Blue Ring is not designed to move humans around. It's designed to move payloads around.
Okay.
So we're also building a lunar lander, which is of course designed to land humans on the surface of the moon.